going to actually wave my American flag today.
Ooh,
Because I have a few of them, Swedish, French, American. Today, I'm going with the OpTic Anders. I think that they've got what it takes to adjust from the last time these two teams faced on train and to take this map.
In that case, it's a split on the analyst desk, it's a split on the casting desk. We are about to head in here. It's day 2 of the E-League Major, and it's OpTic versus Astralis. So welcome to the show. This is going to be a mad game for sure. The fact that we even ended up on train is crazy. Like, it almost couldn't be better. Could have been cobblestone as well, that would have been fun, but this is, I think, going to be maybe the best show possible. We'll see how it unfolds. We're leaning into the first round here, and really not that much coming out of either team. And the 2 smokes on OpTic is not unusual, I would say, for playing T-side train pistol. Oops.
And so the pressure here is that I think that Astralis, now that they don't have that first day pressure going into it, the jitters, they're going to be able to put up more of a fight. What people forget is this is OpTic's home turf. They're the champions from E-League Season 2. They just unboxed the trophy and managed to put it up on their trophy shelf not too long ago. This is their home turf. And so they're definitely, they've had a rough streak so far. Going into this tournament, running into VP on the first day, that's never a joy. Then you go up against Astralis, a team that people see as the favorites to make it deep into this tournament, if not take the whole thing. OpTic have got their work cut out for them. But if they win here versus Astralis, I don't see anything stopping them. At that point, it's OpTic's show to run.
Yeah, they will have had one of the toughest group stages of almost any team for a while here. So it's you got to think that means they're destined to move on. This is a very slow start to this pistol at the moment. Kirby might be seeing a lot of action, but look at the stack they have down here by the back alley. There's 3 members of Astralis on the other side. Dupree opening up, that drops the ball now. 40 seconds left. They know what's coming. The rotation is in, and Kirby going to take down Mixwell too. It's looking great for Astralis. Dupree going to follow up as well, and it's a 2-on-5. Natfly and Tarek need to get back into this round and see if they can do anything in the last 25 seconds. It will be Dupree with a quad kill instead. Astralis is going to be off to a flying start. And you know what? I have to point this out. I don't want to do it, but luckily he can't hear me. Dupree got 5 kills against Godsend in this map total. He was 5 and 20 in that game yesterday. Now he's got 4. He's almost doing better in 1 round than he did the whole game yesterday.
That was the main issue I saw with Astralis going into that match yesterday. What we saw at the beginning, it was Glaive, it was Dupree, it was Kirby. They were absent. They were invisible. Yes. Not even on the map. It took most of the half before they even started getting like low single-digit frag numbers. So I mean, today, at least, Dupree is off to a good start. There was a time when we would say statistically it was all on Dupree. If Dupree was hot, Astralis won. If Dupree wasn't there, if he was missing his shots, Astralis struggled, if not lost outright. So if Dupree's going to get that strong start here for Astralis, definitely one of like the win conditions for Astralis is being fulfilled, is being met.
Yes, and I still think a touch of that lingers in the team, and I think it's because Dupree is the more emotional player out of the 5. I think it impacts him more whether or not he personally is doing well. Sure. I think if the rest of the team is doing well, he can sort of come back into it, but once he feels like the pressure is on him, he has to really do well, otherwise it sort of crumbles early on.
I mean, the mental struggle that he's had in the past, it got to the point where I was joking with him, where he was one of those players who would always look at the scoreboard and just spam the scoreboard, and if he was low on the scoreboard, that was it. He was just giving up on the game. I was like, Dupree, unbind it. Like, I'm actually going into your config, I'm unbinding the scoreboard. If you need to look at the scoreboard, you look over at your mate's screen, because you need to stop worrying about this. Just focus on each round. Stop worrying about getting kills. And, I mean, this has been an ongoing struggle with Astralis. The real story with this team has been more of a mental battle than a server battle most of the time.
Sidnick's going to get closed in on from all angles, and he will go down. Really nice stun from Rush there, getting close with the Tech 9, and they are going to get the bomb plant. They didn't have to buy any armor or any grenades here. They had no flashes to get in. That's a huge win for OpTic. This is really well played for them. Even if they don't get any more kills, just the 1 kill on the bomb plant, absolutely mission accomplished.
Yeah, I agree. Kirby is going to get the drop on Rush, and we'll get the defuse easy peasy, no problems at all here. Glavian with the kit. So this is still just fine for OpTic. It's still early days. It is T-side train. After all, you lose the pistol, okay, your life got a little bit more difficult, but we're still at the very beginning of the half, and I think that OpTic definitely have the firepower to go up against Astralis toe-to-toe. Likes a Tarek, likes a Rush.
Mixwell in particular. Here.
Oh, wow.
So this is really important, right? If they had bought armor and grenades to get the bomb plant last round, then they wouldn't be able to buy this. But because they invested nearly nothing into it, they can make the buy a round early. They didn't get the bomb plant in the pistol round, obviously. Otherwise, this would be quite normal. But yeah, a bit of a risk taken, but I don't think a huge risk. Just smart play coming out of the American team, in my opinion. And they know Astralis, if they lose now, they're going to be back to saving it as well. They got to win this round on the Danish side to build some sort of foundation.
Now, I'm fairly certain Astralis have picked up on this fact. Look that they didn't invest anything in the last round.
Just take a look at Device.
Yeah, he's got that deep... Takes a bullet to the face, though. Now the game is up. Now they know, wait a second, they've got rifles, so it's for sure. But I think that Astralis, they should have known that there was something fishy going on in this last round, with the fact that no Kevlar, no helmets. They should have known that OpTic were ecoing and that there was an option here for OpTic to go for a buy in this round. Now they know for sure. And it's going to hurt because Kirby's already gone.
Kirby's gone. They've got 2 UMPs against the 3 AKs and 2 Galils. I mean, this is not a comfortable position to be in, and with Device also being low on health, and they've got no information. If you look at their positioning on the map right now, they've got no way to know where anybody from OpTic is coming in. So much of this is going to come down to the very first fight down the courtyard, and dupreeh looks the wrong way. The timing! Unbelievable. He's going to go down to status 1. Things are working out great for OpTic. This risk, the reward is right around the corner. Device is going to pick up a kill there, but Glaive goes down, and Sipnik's next in line. 1 versus 3. I think OpTic did a great calculation in buying in this round. Yeah,
and they know exactly where Device is as well. They spotted him over towards Alley. He got the kill there, and so they've already locked down all the angles, and this is really just going to be Device backing off to save this gun. He doesn't have a shadow of a chance to get the retake 1v3 and save this round for Astralis. So Astralis, it's almost like I want them to make noise right now. I want them to act as if they won the round anyways, because out of all the teams, I feel like Astralis have the most trouble, the most difficulty, grinding rounds and getting back into games when their spirits get low at the beginning, right? You won the pistol, you made a lot of noise, right? Great. You can't be just super silent over there when you lose the round either. You got to try and get pumped up and get back into it. It's not over yet.
Yeah, the contrast between the ups and the downs it becomes too big, and it's hard for people will notice internally in the team, even if no one says it out loud. People will definitely notice. So that's going to be a 2-1 scoreline here. And Astralis, are they going to try and force it a bit? They save the AK, and they can sort of, they can put together a buy, even with the AWP, so it's not the end of the world here. But I guarantee you, look at dupreeh, this is him here on the screen, you see his sort of body language. He knows that if he had kept looking at main and hadn't looked in towards PopDog, that probably would have been at least a 1-for-1 trade, and it would have been a chance for them to win the round. That's so frustrating.
Man, yeah, it looks like we lost a player there, but he's back into the round already. We should be starting up fairly soon here, guys, so don't worry. But when I see dupreeh and he's pulling a happy like that, I just want to slap him. Like, dupreeh, stop it. Stop.
Yeah.
You're not happy. You're not going to go ahead and rest your face on your hand like that, no, just stop. Get your head in the game and don't worry about it.
Or the giant chicken will come after you.
Exactly, and you get stomped into death.
This is true. Look, for one thing, right? It obviously impacts yourself. You know, you sort of bring yourself down a bit, but it also matters for your teammates. If they glance over and they see that you are sort of slumped over and you really defeated and you look like, oh no, then it will impact them over time. I think it's not just a sort of a joke. It really is important that you remain positive and you look like, you're still in this game and looking really good at that. Of course they still are. It's only 2-1 right now. But I think the panic will start to maybe not set in, but they can feel it maybe if they lose this upcoming round, because then they definitely will be ecoing. Full save if they don't win this upcoming round.
Watching Astralis is just fascinating, though. There's all these sorts of different factors involved as well with them, considering they're a player-owned organization. They run themselves, essentially. They've built this infrastructure over the last year. It was actually just like the year anniversary last week, I think, when they announced the new Audi sponsorship, and all eyes are on them in Denmark as well, and an enormous amount of press coverage going into this tournament from major media, basically, and Denmark. I mean, there's a lot of pressure on these guys right now, apart from the pressure that they put on themselves. This is the major. This is the World Championship. They are one of the favorites coming into it. They have to deal with that.
There are video cameras and journalists from Danish sports media that are here in Atlanta covering them. So that's sort of the extent of it, in case you're wondering. Definitely has made a lot of ripples in the pond in Denmark, and maybe even outside of it. But now we'll see. OpTic Gaming, they're playing much slower than they normally are. I feel like normally they can be a bit more aggressive, but this is what we were also talking about, what the analysts were talking about. How much has Stan managed to change things around?
Well, it was a tendency of theirs, right? They start super aggressive, but they have shown that they can slow down. It just usually happens later on in the half where they'll try and change the pace and start going to the slow game. Here, OpTic have almost flipped it. Instead of just starting very aggressive and trying to set the pace early, well, they have set the pace, a very slow one. And so they're kind of letting Astralis stew in their own juices. They're letting that pressure build. And when it comes to contacts now, Astralis are going to have very little to go off of. They haven't gone for an information play. They're playing very far back on the sites. And so they're not going to They're not going to have any time to react. It's just going to be go time when OpTic push onto a site. 40 seconds left here in this round now.
It's going to be a B push, and
getting
here's the problem. Device and Sip already here. Dupree's in C connector, Kierbu's in CT spawn. This is a massive stack, very close to the B bomb side. I would be honestly shocked if OpTic could win this round. I'd just have to applaud them at that point in time, because they're walking into an unusually heavily stacked B bomb side, and there's a good pick off on one. Sip needs to follow it up, but Sip gets the kill, but Device, how did he miss that shot with the AWP? Now Rush will take a kill, and they are being flanked. They've got to be careful. The bomb has gone down. It's a 2-on-2, and Stanislaw is going to try and switch it up again. OpTic coming out, I think, ahead in this one. That's amazing.
Rush. Thank you, Rush. If you're an OpTic fan, you got to tweet at him, the green wall, right? Show him some appreciation, because he just saved your round between him and Stanislaw. They catch out Stanislaw, and Rush barely makes it up. 3 HP left.
He's got the Molotov.
And he's got an incendiary,
exactly. They don't have a smoke. Oh my god. It's going to go down. Claver's no help. He has to back off, but Kierby will get the kill still. They've got to be very worried right now. They don't have a defuse kit. I think they might be close to losing this round anyway. Wow, that is... If this goes down to the last second, please, that could be amazing.
Run!
Here it is. Is it going to take over? It will take the Molotov. It did it. Rush is a genius. He survives the run of the ramp and just puts it down. Unbelievable.
Even more so, this man is the hero of this round. But those 2 kills there on the B site, I'm thinking it's done. Once Device gets his pick, sure, Rush hits that shot, but then he should get traded. No, Rush wins both of those duels, allows for the bomb plant. Stanislaw stays alive on A. Just everything kind of wrapping back around for OpTic there to get them that win. So key, and now look at this. I mean, they're just going, well, backs to the wall. Device,
yeah,
he has the AWP, but they're going for a force buy here in the 5th round, Astralis.
Yeah, this is where you've got a question. Is it sort of calculated? Is it bravado? Are they trying to, you know, be all chest out and say, this is it, we're not going to bend, we're going to keep going? Or is this sort of the panic? Oh! Device and Dupree with a 2-for-1 trade there, as Dupree does go down. That's still very much worth it, but Neff chancing him with the 10-9 and wrecking the Astralis lineup on the A-bomb site. Device and Sipnix are left here, 2 versus 3. It's looking great for OpTic Gaming right now.
What is this? Now they know where Device is as well. He misses that shot. This is big. The man has already pushed on Zipnix. Exactly. He's on the site. He's got Device to set up the crossfire, and Device takes advantage of it. 2-on-2 situation now, but 2 Molotovs left here for OpTic to play with and try and buy time on that bomb. They can find a kill. Device is getting closer, but Stanislaw's got the angle on him. Not sure if Stan has been spotted, but he gives away his position anyways. Decides to drop off, and they're buying so much valuable time here. This is nuts. OpTic, all they have to do exactly is set it up with the nades. Smoke is there to kind of cancel one out, and they catch Naf, but Stanislaw's still alive.
Well, Sip is on the bomb defusing, but there's infinite time here. Stan going to come in for it. He gets a bit of damage on him, but Sipnix, he can't defuse the bomb. Again, they don't have the defuse kit. That's twice now where the defuse kit would have made the difference for the defuse. Sure, they get all the kills, but OpTic are going to be the ones celebrating here. Man, they are putting the screws to the Danish team. This, I mean... If in terms of psychological warfare, having these close rounds early on and having Astralis forced into the rounds and not having it work, it's absolutely ruinous.
It's so tough. If you're Glaive at this point, you've got to be telling your team, you know, we've 1v1s. This is still a situation that can favor us. If we win one round, OpTic aren't going to have a bank to play off of. It's not like they're winning with 3 or 4 players alive, guys, so keep your head in the game. A round advantage now for OpTic, 3-2 in the lead. And they do have Zipnix with that AK.
And actually, is a good point our server is pointing out here. If you look at the kill feed, or the kill port for OpTic and Astralis have way more kills than OpTic do. But OpTic get in there and get the bomb down, and then it's all a fight for the retake. This is... I mean, we were hoping this would be an exciting and high-powered game. It's been that from the first minute.
Already. I mean, it's not over yet. I always have faith in Zipnix. He's got an AK. He's one of the most stable, clutch players you can have in the roster for a long time. He was a key player for Astralis going into 1vx retakes, etc. Dupree close. Pretty sure he got spotted there by Stanislaw.
Yeah, I feel like his shoulder must have shown. Sipnik's not really overextending, he's just waiting for them to come, and it's going to be Tarek to win the fight anyway. That would have been an important kill, but even then, there would have been some backup in Naf walking in behind, so some damage onto Tarek, but still, very calm play coming out of OpTic. They're not going to make any big mistakes, you can sort of tell. Device will get the kill on Tarek, but still think OpTic are in a just fine position here.
Now they're looking to group. Incendiary, they can manage the guns as well. That's going to be an upgrade for Mixwell if he wants. Get off of that Galil, pick up the AK, and just grouping together. That's how you deal with these anti-ego situations. Is you need to move together as a unit. You need to make sure that you're just trading together, and that more importantly, Astralis are not able to recover one of these AKs and use them against you. And so you can see Device backing off to the back of the bomb train. He's been spotted now, however, so The rotation is going to come through here from Astralis, and there is a quick flank coming through. Clave has got that Galil. He's already found it. He's got that smoke as well. Gets the drop on Mixwell, but Mixwell too quick, hits the headshot. And a good, well, a fair trade there. Still 3 players alive for OpTic. This is still a situation that OpTic should be able to lock down. And in the end, they still keep 3 players alive here.
Yeah, it's a shame that that Glaive couldn't do better with the flank there. I think Mixwell managed to hear it just in time, but if he hadn't, then that would have been a potentially winnable situation. Now, instead, we're in a 2 versus 4 here, or 2-on-4 scoreline. All right, got a little bit of a mixed setup going on there. I'm trying to spot for everything that I can.
This is the story of our lives, man. 2 monitors. Sure, you get work done, but at the same time, it's like having a mullet.
And
you know,
postponing the exam, you know, just
it's like having a mullet.
Yeah.
You're gonna party in the front, or party in the back, work in the front. Is that it?
I hope you're going to show up with that one day, Samurai. I would look forward to it.
I'll make it happen.
All right, please do that.
I am from Dallas, after all.
There we go. Device is back with the AWP, but it's OpTic Gaming that are just making this work all the way. If you are just joining us, then Astralis, they won the pistol and the second round, and then OpTic took 4 in a row. And they were close rounds, but they went for the American side. This is going to get really tough, I think, for the Danes. If they don't win this round, I think mentally they're going to be hard to recover.
Their economy.
Yeah, their economy too
is going to be shattered. That's the real scare here about losing consecutive rounds on Astralis, is that you can go for pistols, you can go for half buys, but you're never really going to have the nades until you start chaining rounds together. And so this is the big risk for Astralis. This is one of those scary rounds where they really do need to obliterate OpTic, keep as many people alive as possible, and then win the next one so they can really start getting that nade count up, establishing that economy. And so Kierby, they have a little bit of the crossfire set up here. He's got Dupree watching towards main, and he's got Glaive very close. The flash completely ineffective. Kierby ready for it. Now they know what's up, but Mixwell's going to open the way.
Dupree goes down as well. They caught Kierby on the ladder. When they came around the corner, he was on the ladder. And that completely offsets your accuracy. You can't really shoot when you're on the ladder. So the timing, I mean, just unbelievable. Device and Sipnix are now left, and I don't think they should try and go for this. It's tempting, but definitely not worth it.
Now, for that very reason that I was talking about now, save your guns. If you lose this AWP, there's no way you're getting one again in the next round. Even if you are going for a 4-spy, you'll be on a FAMAS or something like that. So save the guns at this point if you're Astralis, and hope that you're going to be able to do better in the, 9th round at this point, because the next one,
yeah,
it's not going to be pretty. OpTic right now, they've got 4 rounds in a row. They still haven't quite established the economy, but this is going to be the big round for it now. They're going to get that 3,400 in the bank. Russian Stanislav's bank is going to shoot up. Mixwell and Tarek are also going to have that cushion. And from there, they've got a good platform to keep putting the pressure on Astralis here throughout the rest of this first half.
Stan survives on 1 health. I want to believe that he calculated the bomb radius then. That's how smart he is. He's just like, no, look, you know, I'll be fine. 1 health is all you need, right? So they save the M4, they save the AWP, and now, well, I mean, they could try and force with FAMAS if they would. That depends, again, how much pressure are they feeling? And I think they are having a tactical timeout to discuss maybe that very topic. So, look, this is it. So I think two crucial moments at which you could lose yourself in this game if you're an Astralis player. One of them is Dupree looking away from main and getting caught with the timing. Another is Kierby on the ladder. Now, this is, you know, you could use an excuse, but you shouldn't. You should focus about the game, right? But this is where it actually becomes really difficult, because when you start losing fights sort of because of timing like that, it's so tempting, you know. You want to say it out loud. You want to say, no, I was on the ladder, it's not fair. And the problem is when you start doing that, your teammates, they get fully tilted. No one wants to hear your teammates say that. You've got to sort of push past it. I'm curious if Astralis can right now. This is just a really great run for OpTic. 5-2 right now. 5 rounds in a row for the American team. We've been underestimating them, it feels like, for quite a long time. And every time we do it, they come back stronger, it seems, and they win even more.
It really does feel like OpTic, over the past several months, they've made it pretty clear that they're here to stay.
Yeah.
As one of the top contenders in the field. North America has finally got a team they can fully get behind, and that are going to make deep runs into tournaments, because right now it's definitely looking pretty good for them here. 5-2. And so now we get to see it. It's going to be that buy coming in here from Astralis. Kierby actually with a remarkable amount of money. He's able to go for the full buy with the nades to back it. But what do they do next? Is it going to be the aggression? Dupree is trying to play close pop dog. Glaive is there to back him up at Electric as well. And so they're expecting some kind of default play coming in here from OpTic. If it was a smoke play basically onto the A side, they would block up and cut in half that bomb site. These 2 players would be ahead of the smoke wall, and so they could take the fight to OpTic early. Yeah. They can also rotate very quickly here towards the B site if OpTic want to go B. That's the way it looks right now for OpTic here.
Now, you said Sipnix was one of those players they could really rely upon. I think he's going to be put to the test right now. The grenades are raining in. OpTic still have 3 Molotovs left. That's just a lot of fire in case that bomb goes down. Stanislaw going to open up, taking down Glaive. OpTic continue into the bomb site, and Sipnix all the way in the back. He needs to win this fight, and it's not going to happen. Tarek will take him down now. 5 versus 3, and again, Astralis way behind in this matchup. And OpTic, they didn't even look like there was any contest there. They just walked in and made it work. Now, finally, some replies coming in with Device, and Kirby picking up a couple of kills here, but still 3 versus 2.
And this is over now for Kirby, 1v3, and they did everything right, OpTic. This is what's fascinating about this round, is that everything played out perfectly. Because they get that opening kill, Astralis are banking in. Alright, well, we'll finish this up as Kirby's already. He's going to get 1 kill, so this is good because OpTic now have one player who's actually going to have to force buy into the next round, spend all of his money instead of getting just dropped from his teammates. So this is actually a decent situation, all things considered, for Astralis. But I mean, going into this round, Astralis, for a period of time, they were so confident in their B retake, which is why you have Xyp9x basically falling all the way back here. He's giving up this site in case they do to try to rush. He's given up that site, and he's trusting in his teammates who are going to be rotating in through connector, rotating in through CT to back him up and then close on the bomb site to go ahead and take over OpTic, who are going to be stuck way back here. The only problem is, OpTic, when they go onto the site, they kill his support man over here at connector immediately and start pushing. Naf gets way up here to connector so fast, so early on. This is ideal for the T side because then they're the ones taking the fight to the CT side. They're not getting boxed back here towards the bomb site. Instead, they're the ones taking the fight too, and you see what happens. Astralis at that point, they all just get picked off one after another.
Yeah, it's absolutely brutal, and you know, you're talking about the sort of the confidence that they had in their retake. When that also doesn't work, you just slowly they're being stripped from, you know, from all the different things that they would normally rely upon. And it's true, we have seen that in the past for them. Another tactical timeout being thrown in here. It's 6-2. They can definitely turn this around, but I just have to assume right now that Astralis are just in a deep hole mentally. We do see a bit of a power play coming out here from Kirby. Smoke is up as well. Mixwell right on the other side. Kirby, is he going to try and challenge it? He's walking through. Rush is right there, and he's going to guide the angle. Almost takes down Rush. It's not. I actually think that's not a bad idea for Kirby. It's a shame he doesn't have anyone with him who can flash him in.
This is what we're talking about, right? One thing here is that it's so tough for OpTic. Well, Glaive is going to get the drop on Naf. Somehow, Naf just gives that up for free. That's awkward. That's definitely not how that was supposed to go.
No.
But considering OpTic have done a very good job of shifting it up, of not becoming too predictable, constantly hitting A, constantly hitting B. They've gone 4 times A, 4 times B so far in this half. So it's like, for Glaive, he's just like, where are they going to go, right? You have to have somebody who's willing to go and make the information play, take a risk to figure out early on where OpTic are going if you're going to get the info, or get that opening kill to really throw a wrench in things for OpTic. So Kirby, he tried to be the hero here. He tried to make the play happen to save his team. Luckily, Glaive is able to catch Naf making a crucial mistake there. Yeah. And so Astralis are back into this.
That's incredibly frustrating to watch, because every other time OpTic have been so careful with Pop Dog. They always seem to flash their way in. They always seem to be, you know, Molotov it to push someone back. So I'm really almost shocked that Naf gave up that kill, because actually they would have had such a great opportunity. They still do. It's definitely not done yet. We're down to 30 seconds. It's a 4-on-4, and this time it will be an 8-hit. Molotov lands right on Device. He can't stay there. He has to fall back even further, looking for a flick, but not connecting. They're moving even closer. There's the kill from Device, taking down Rush. 20 seconds to get the bomb down, but they're stopping it. They can't go through with it. Mixwell, he's not feeling safe right now, and it's a 2-on-3. Finally, he's going to try and punch in those digits and going to be successful. Stanislaw and Mixwell getting crushed Astralis dreams one more time. Now it's just up to the Spanish player. Gets another headshot. Mixwell with a triple kill. It's now a 1-on-1, and Device, he's picked up an AK instead. This could be soul-crushing for the Danish team, and Mixwell, look at how well he's playing it. He knows it. He can hear him, and he's just pivoting around the bomb site. He has to get Device to come with him, trying to look for the shot and not connecting. This is all or nothing, and Mixwell, it goes down. It's so close. Picks up the kit, and for once in this match, they will have time for the defuse. God, Mixwell is a scary player, but it works out for Astralis.
That was so sick. And for the, I mean, there's 2 reasons why. They know where Device is, and Xyp9x was making noise at connector, and so Mixwell, when he gets that bomb plant, he loses his teammate, so he knows where Device is playing from, right? All he needed to figure out at that point to clutch that was, where is the third guy? I've got 2 out of 3 placed on this map. Where is the third guy? It's the fact that he gets this instant kill here on Glaive. That's where it's like, it's doable at this point. I know where Device is coming from. It's just that he doesn't hit the shot when he gets the opportunity. But that's definitely a clutchable situation for Mixwell, and he played that so well. Glaive, he had the chance to get the kill there, but he was the linchpin for me. If Glaive gets the kill, fine. But the fact that Mixwell kills him makes it all possible.
Oh, Device. That's a calculated risk. It's not that he didn't realize his feet were on fire. It's so hard to miss when you're on fire. But basically, he just thought, if I stay in the fire and maybe they will try and peek me and I can get the shot and then run back. That's a fully calculated risk. Didn't work out, though.
Well, but I'm glad to see Astralis willing to push it. This is where they really have to show that they're here to play, that they're here to win. You have to take risks when you're going to win like that. If you're going to win, especially when you're behind like this, you have to go for those plays. KRB did it in the round before. Device this round. We need to see more of it, that's all. If Astralis hope to bring it back here. Whereas for OpTic, they're content to sit and wait at this point. It looks like another A play shaping up for them. 3 over by Ali, and it looks like 2 through main. And we'll see. It's actually a bit of a different pace here. 55 seconds, fairly early on in the round.
You are right. They are giving themselves a bit more time OpTic to take some of these early fights and maybe try and come out on top. Again, 3-man stack over at A. It's a problem if only one of the... If KRB goes down and the rest inside the bomb side are going to have a really rough time. With the smoke is up, KRB's breakthrough. He gets one and nearly a double, and he's still got a couple of bullets left here. Glaive and Dupree closing out Tarek and Nafin. Man, one of those rounds where you've got to say, if KRB doesn't spray those 2 people, maybe they have a chance to take the bomb side, but the fact that he connects so well through the smoke just makes it rough. There's no accounting for that. You can't really blame OpTic for that one, but I mean, Astralis with a bit of a deep breath here. I think now they know they've got a real chance.
Talk about times for KRB to change up his positioning as well. I think that OpTic coming through there, they're expecting him to be holding close to train. Basically, it's close to green train here, exactly, because they all come around the corner, and they're all just looking at that angle. So I think they're expecting for KRB to go for a shoulder peek at some point from that position, and they weren't expecting him to be on the other side. He just wrecked them.
No, you might be right, and they have been holding a lot on that yard side, so maybe that's the reason why. Now OpTic Gaming, no bomb plan in this round, or in the previous round, so they're going to have to go for a bit of a save here. Just smoke and a flashbang, a big indication that we're going to maybe try and attempt a bomb plant. It'd be great if they could do that. See if they can make their way through. Molotov doesn't really block off anyone, and they get the kill on Dupree. Some nice returns coming in, though, so no big upset in this round, and also, I can say, I think, no bomb plant.
Very nicely done there at the end with Zipnix peeking instead of Device. And, well, very clean work from Astralis. That's how you deal with an anti-eco. And that bonus 800 would have made a big difference. For Naf, for example, he would have had full nades. Mixwell as well. He would have had access to the AWP if he wanted it, but also full nades. So that's the difference that it makes. When you get that bomb plant and you lose the round, you still get a bonus $800 on everybody else on top of the lost money that you're getting for that round. So that was the whole point of that round for OpTic, and they got shut down this time. So that's also a feel-good moment for Astralis. Yes. Like, great. We're not even allowing them to get that bonus money. We're just shutting the door in their face.
Now let's see just for a second here the scoreboard in the game that they had against Godsend Astralis. Dupree was entirely gone. He has double the kills that he had in that whole game. Now he's got 10 and 8. Devices at 12 and 4, so that's the duo that you really want to work. The fact that Siblings and Glaive are towards the bottom of the scoreboard doesn't bother me at all. I'm fine with this scenario, so there are some healthy signs, I would say, on the Danish side. On the other side, it does really concern me that we're seeing Naf and Mixwell either mid or bottom of the scoreboard, and Stanislaw at the very top. Not because I don't credit Stanislaw as being a good player, I just would rather that it was Naf or Tarek or Mixwell, anyone really, but him up there, just because I think he does so much else for the team. He needs those players to come in and really help him out here. Naf got 2 kills, Tarek's got 3.
You know, Anders, I think we've got something else that I think OpTic need to actually make happen here for them to take the win versus Astralis. Let's go ahead and take a look at that.
Waiting patiently. Get to 16 rounds. That's unbelievable.
I'm blown away.
OpTic hitch. All right.
It sounds very similar to something that Cold said earlier, that it's not over until you get 16 rounds.
Yeah,
never give up, never surrender.
Some deep philosophy. I'm glad to see the teams are using the practice rooms, because this is a cool feature of the ELEAGUE setup. It's not just that we have a cool studio here, but actually every team has their own practice room. They can have a whiteboard and everything and write things down, and this is what they've come up with. Years of thinking, maybe they even hired analysts to come to this conclusion.
I think it's the analysts for the most part. I think the players, we can't really expect more than headshots from them. So, they're kind of machines, right? That's why they were bringing in coaches to handle the calling.
Maybe a mathematician, in fact. They went to a university and they compiled the whole study and said that actually is how you win. That's the whole point, That's how it works out. 12th round is coming up here, and we're seeing the AWP still on the device, and OpTic Gaming, no bomb plan in the last round, but still full equipment here. they have already done a very good job, in my opinion. Even if they don't win any rounds from here on out in this half, I would still say really well done OpTic Gaming. See if they can continue and just creep a couple of more rounds in on the board. That would certainly tilt Astralis. Not Device, though. He's going to be able to take down Tarek.
This time he gets the timing. Device works out his way. Now it's going to come down to the spray point blank, and Glaive 2 kills. Stanislaw going for the correct play, trying to trade it up, but then luckily for them, Rush once again, the hero, brings it back. OpTic still have a chance. They're down a man, but they do have the pincer movement coming in. If Mixwell can deliver 1 kill, that's going to open everything up wide, and he does. He catches out Kirby, and so it's down to Device and Xyp9x. Both of them kind of split up as well with the utility here. OpTic can cut one of them out of the picture and get this bomb down if Rush could just get onto the site.
The bomb plan is going to be the difficult part. Device is in a position where he could sneak around the back. They're going to go for a bit of a fight against it. Oh, Mixwell. The timing, he almost catches Device there. Now, it's a 2-on-2. The bomb is down and Xyp9x. Look at the rotation he's going. It's so slow, and he can't run because if he runs here, they can hear him down in the yard if they're holding close to PopDog. So this is kind of an all-in play. Device is the one who has the kit, so if he dies back here, this could end horribly. Smoke gonna go up, flashes out, he's smoking up, so actually Xyp9x can easily come out of PopDog, but now they're almost out of time. They need to rush in here and take this fight very early on. Astralis, they might have wasted too much. There's Xyp9x with the kill, now Mixwell in the back line, gonna be picking up the one shot there, and now it's a one-on-one. Device, he fakes it once, and Mixwell, he knows, and there's no more time. They have to run. That was just a big risk coming in from Astralis with that long rotation through the B-bomb site.
Oh, what a disaster of a round here. If you're Astralis, I was about to say, look, the flash, it's perfect. Device, he was waiting for that flash. Gets the timing perfect, gets the kill. Glaive with the double after that. You're thinking, this is it, it's in the bag. And then a 2v5 win for OpTic. And again, Rush with 2 amazing kills to make it happen.
Yeah, and you have to wonder, certainly the first player that Rush killed couldn't have got away. He sort of had to fight Rush. But then after that, they were in a 2 versus 4. Did they need to continue? Like, could they have sort of run away and said, you know what, I'm gonna leave Rush alone, just let him go there? I'm not sure. It was hard to tell at that point in time.
You're fired up, right? Adrenaline is pumping, thundering through your veins. It's just like you're wired in there looking for that kill to bring it back. And we have another technical timeout coming through here. These aren't even tactical timeouts, guys. They still have access, these players. Well, Astralis still have access to 3 30-second timeouts whenever they want. OpTic haven't used a tactical timeout yet so far this half. But
the scoreboard to me is still so crazy. The fact that Russian Stan are at 10 kills, 8 on Mixwell. Then the other team, we have Device and Dupree at 13 and 10. But Tarek and Naf, they're at 3 and 2 kills. It feels like right now, if those 2 players wake up, if there's just a snap and then they're back in the game, they're going to wipe Astralis off this map, aren't they?
Yeah, this was how close this is. I mean, you have to give it to Rush, though. I mean, it's unbelievable. The impact kills that this guy is getting right now. 2 key rounds, 2 massive double kills to open everything up. There's the player in question that I'm talking about right now, Rush. What a monster. And he has definitely made a huge rise in his performance throughout the past 6 months here for OpTic. He's definitely become one of the key players. There's a lot of focus on Tarek and on Mixwell, but my money's on Rush when it comes to OpTic. He always seems to come through in the big rounds when it matters most. Just a beast. And so now we get into it. 13th round, 7-5. OpTic in the lead on the T side here. And Astralis, once again, they have the money for the rifles. They have that AWP still on Device. But we have to see, are they going to be able to hold things up? And here's the aggression again. Kevin taking point, catches some chains, and there's the double, the triple. Big plays here from Astralis, just running head-on into OpTic and shutting them out.
Man, we are in America, but that was action-packed, wasn't it? They got them mid-air jumping out. Now Stanislaw here with the ninja plays. He does get tagged in the face. Otherwise, that kill would have actually been fantastic. He's going to go down to Device. The fact that he's on 11 health after engagement makes it a very uneven 2 versus 3. And it will be, in the end, Kirby with a triple kill, and Astralis now moving closer, at least getting some rounds back in here. 6-7. Look at this madness here.
Yeah. That's perfectly done by Astralis. It doesn't get any better than that. The timing is impeccable. They catch the first guy with a nade in his hand. The third guy in is in midair. Right? What can OpTic do? They can't even take the fight back to Astralis. They're just fish in a barrel.
No, it's true. I mean, I don't know what would have happened if Naf had just walked up to the edge and started shooting instead of making the jump down. But I'm kind of almost glad that he did, just because it did look cool. So, style points.
Hollywood, right?
Yeah. We're a bit far removed, but still, I'll give him credit for that one. Smoke is going to go up. This is, if you haven't seen it before, a wall of smokes that's going to land at the A-bomb side. It's so easy to spot once you know what to look for. It's a play that's been sort of very popular for a long time now. So I expect Astralis to know how to counter it. Like, they should definitely know how to stop that play from going down.
I'm just going to show you something real quick. This is what I really love about Astralis and their read on the game. Well, it's just... Well, you'll get it afterwards, right? I just drew a line. It's very simple, but they've got an excellent read on the situation right now. They know exactly where the economy is for OpTic. It's either a half buy, a force buy, or a save. They don't have the money for the rifles. They haven't been getting bomb plants, and so Astralis, what do? They went ultra aggressive last round, yesterday, when they knew that OpTic had rifles. Now they're holding as passively as possible, because what? Up close, Tech 9s, P250s, one-shot headshot. You don't want to risk that if you're Astralis, so you're going to believe in your ability to get the retake going and in the power of your rifles. You're not going to give any free kills over here to OpTic.
Nope, but in holding that defensively, you also give them the bomb plan. That's the trade-off, and they're well aware of it. We'll see if it's going to work out in the afterplant scenario. It looks good as they get the 2 first kills. Not over yet, though. Tarek will be going down. It's just not his game right now, and it's such a shame because OpTic need him. They can win this game if either Nafly or Tarek just get back into it, but it's going to be a flawless sweep here for the Astralis team, and we are going to be at a tied 7-7 scoreline. With, I forgot to say, Device dropping 17-4 as a scoreline. That's ridiculous.
Device is like his stat lines are unbelievable. Like even when Astralis were in their lowest of the low, this guy was still delivering kills, still delivering a star performance, and he just continues to shine. Yesterday in the game as well, when they got completely blown out by Godsent, he was still doing his job. He was still getting kills. So I mean, I'm not surprised to see Device performing at this level. What I'm happy to see now is like Dupree, right? You know, showing up, Kirby as well, right? Those kinds of key players that need to get into the fight with Device for Astralis to have a chance in this. We're seeing them actually get up to something here, and there we go. 15th round, last round of this first half, and OpTic are going for their first timeout. First tactical, where they're allowed to talk. The big difference here, guys, you're like, well, there's been plenty of pauses so far. In tactical timeouts, the players are not allowed to talk. Yes. They can unwind, they can breathe, they can zero in again, get focused, but they can't discuss anything strategic. In a tactical, they have 30 seconds to do just that. And
they have the coach that they can sort of, you know, go back and forth with as well. So there's that going into it. I feel so bad for OpTic Gaming, though, because if you look at them right here, you know, it's a 15th round. You never want to have the 15th round be with this little equipment. But the 3 Molotovs tell me that maybe they're going to try and go for some deeper trick here. You know, they can always use them to check corners with. I hope it's going to be something more exciting than that, like for the afterplant, because I love that. And Train, it really sort of lends itself really well to that kind of play. Already one of them has been used over by the brown holes, and if you look at the equipment, they should be around for Astralis, but you never know.
I mean, it's pretty popular to go to like tanning lounges and all that in Scandinavia during the winter because you're not getting any sun, right? So you got guys walking around like full-on tan, right? You know, Device, settings were a bit too high. Got a little toasty over there. 68 HP now. Don't get close to the fire, Device. You know, you don't stand in it. But so far, I mean, he tried to make the same play happen again. I like it from Device. Backs off this time around, doesn't hang out around as much, doesn't take as much damage. But let's see, so let's take it right to him. Dupree with the double, nearly the triple, but Glaive is there to back him up.
Yeah,
and that's it.
Wow, yeah, I think actually Glaive stole some of those kills, and it will be a triple for the captain of Astralis at the end of this first half. 8-7 being the scoreline in their favor, but I still think OpTic Gaming have got to be just more excited coming out of this, or they should be given the scoreline here. The only thing is, now they need to use this break to try and find a way to get Naf and Tarek into this game. That has to happen in the break here, otherwise it's just not going to work out.
And I mean, there it is, Rush. Only 11 kills, but basically, 4 or 5 of those kills were very high impact rounds that allowed OpTic to get up to 7 rounds in this first half. So not super high, but very high impact frags. Device 17-4. A nuts scoreline, but still, I would say that Astralis, they can't be feeling too good about that CT half. I mean, this is still a CT-sided map. We expect at least a 9-6, right? To end it 8-7, it's far too close for comfort. If OpTic win this pistol round, it can get nasty. Astralis picked up their CT pistol in the first half. So can OpTic do the same, or is it Astralis picking up both pistols?
We are about to find out. If you are just joining us, then you're right in time. It's day 2 of the E-League Major, and we're getting into the last 3 matches, this being one of them. Second half coming up here between OpTic and Astralis, and already Sipnik's charging in through the smoke. We've seen this one before. They're going to flash their way through and run in with the clocks, looking for the fight here. No one kills yet, and Rush and Tarek going to open it up. Device gets 1 in return. It's nowhere near enough. A double kill for Rush, and Device, well, probably communicating with his teammates right now, saying, what the hell happened out there?
What is going on, boys? That was really sick from OpTic, though. 3 players, the straight-up firing squad. Just, hey, what are you going to do? You got 3 USPs blazing away at you. That's way too much heat. Astralis, man, they wilt. And well, expected. OpTic will pick up the CT pistol. They'll tie it up 8-8.
So here's the plan, right? They throw the smoke all the way from out here. It lands in between the trains, and then they throw a flashbang that goes through. But the OpTic players, they were all the way back here, so none of them got flashed by anything. And when Astralis had everyone in this area, they just all got jumped at the same time and just got completely wrecked. So pretty good play from OpTic Gaming. That's the pistol round in their favor. And now things are going to get, I think, just more difficult from here on out for the Danish side.
Oh, and the Danes aren't going for what OpTic did, actually, in the first half. They're committing to this. Zipnik's in Device. Device, no surprise. He's going to prioritize the op no matter what happens here. But you do actually have 3 players who have fully spent their money in this round. This is a force buy from Astralis in the second round. No bomb plant, and so they're hoping to achieve the bomb plant here in this round, if not the straight-up win. And we're better than to just YOLO out onto B site. Throw caution to the wind and just charge down there with the Tech 9s. Hope that somebody on OpTic, and in this case Stanislav, is holding close and you can just run over him. But OpTic are using a similar strategy to Astralis. Seems like they have faith in their ability to retake because he's holding way back by connector. He does not want to get overrun by pistols. Very smart play coming out here.
And it's doubly smart because here's the reason why this retake is going to work. The grenades. So Astralis can, yeah, they can get down and get the bomb down. That's cool, but there are 2 Molotovs, 3 smokes, and 2 HE grenades. So every position they could conceivably occupy in the afterplan, they're all going to get grenaded out. There's just no way to get around that. So it'll be rough. Just wait and see. 50 seconds now. I think Astralis are going to get the bomb plant, and that's already pretty good. Oh, wow. The Molotov to deny their smoke, and now the grenade follow-up. Is it going to go a bit high? No! Look at that! It decimates the Astralis lineup. It's going to be a little bit more, but now the bomb is actually on the wrong side. They're going to have to run back here. They might not even get the bomb plant. That Molotov was just absolute god tier.
It looks like Dupree... There we go. Just barely gets it. OpTic are not taking any risks. They could have charged forward to try and deny the bomb plant, but at this point, they don't even care. They've got that incendiary down to force Dupree out into the open, and now it's just a matter of whittling down OpTic, or rather Astralis, obviously. One step closer, one after another here to get onto the site, and Kjærby's going to get caught by NAF, so...
I'm shocked they got the bomb plant. I'm shocked they got the bomb plant after that catastrophe.
Maybe just a little bit too passive on OpTic, not wanting to take the risk. I mean, it's so scary playing versus Tech 9s. I mean, it can just flip on a dime. Two lucky headshots at that range from Astralis, and all of a sudden you've got 2 guys who are gimped, and you're just, what can you do at that point, right? So
yeah,
it's I get it that OpTic are probably just like, you know what, just play as a unit and retake it, and we go from there. But do we actually have another technical coming through here? It looks like it.
Yeah, I think we do, so don't worry, we'll be right back in. It shouldn't take too long to fix, but unlike OpTic, who did sort of a similar thing, they got the bomb down and everything, OpTic invested way less into that round, so they could buy in the 3rd round. Astralis are not really in that position. I mean, Device could get an AK, Stipnik's get an AK, and that's about it. That I would consider a really big risk if you try to win a round like this with AKs and Galils based on that little, so I think they should try and slow play it here and just have some trust in their T side, and we'll see what happens. The countdown is back on the way, and looks like they're just upgrading to Deagle, so already a clear sign that they're not going to go for the upgraded rifles either. Man, 9-8 the scoreline favoring OpTic Gaming.
I appreciate that, though, from OpTic, or rather from Astralis, right? Like, just take your time with it. You're still fairly close into this. I mean, the scoreline, they haven't completely run away with this just yet, OpTic. Get the full buy to start strong, get all of your nades, so whatever Glaive has in his mind, right, to set things up, like a go-to strat that they've practiced, that they prepared for just this sort of situation with all the nades necessary, right, just set it all up for you to win that round. And so that's what Astralis are banking on. And they're banking on getting a second bomb plant here to really guarantee having all the money necessary. Everybody grouped up, ready to charge Brown Halls, and they're just looking to, once again, YOLO out onto the B side and get that bomb plant, get that bonus money.
And they just got to hope for the timing of the Molotov to not beat them again, because that really was a stick in the wheel last time. Stanislav's a bit closer too, which is interesting because that means he doesn't have to go to the bomb side. If he wants to, especially because he has the UMP, he can choose to fight this and try and deny the bomb plant. We'll see if he's going to be successful. Mixwell dropping one, the bomb making his way closer, but Stan goes down, and Mixwell giving up a chance to maybe get a kill. Now he actually has to run a headshot on Rush, brings him low, but still, the bomb is down. I don't think Astralis are going to win this round, but it's a pretty good job on their part, getting the kill and the bomb plant with just one flashbang at the investment. NAF goes down as well. Wow.
Spacing, boys, spacing. There's no way that NAF should die there. You're moving together as a unit. NAF should, I mean, that was like, what, 4 or 5 shots? That time that it takes to kill NAF should never be enough. you should have kept 4 players alive. I liked that Tarek was hanging really far back as well. He wasn't going into it. He was letting his teammates with the most HP run on in. But Naf, he's at 74 HP. That's way too long, Rush. Sorry, I mean, it's nitpicky, right? You know, small details, but still, like, there's no way that Naf should die there.
I agree. They are small details, but they matter in the long run. They absolutely do. And in a game that's obviously, you can sort of almost tell, meant to be very close here, it's those little factors. It's the fact they lost 2 people in the last round, and even more, they invested into another AWP, so their economy is not that great right now on OpTic Gaming. It's not great on Astralis either, but in this round, they've made a really good buy. So 10-8 the scoreline. Now is a big chance for the Danish team to show what they're all about here on the T side.
And so again, this is the save. This is the round that they've saved for Astralis. Zipnix has already used quite a few of his, he's used 2 nades, the Incendiary and the Flash over here in Brown Halls to make noise, but this is as default as it gets from Astralis. Now they've got Brown Halls control, they've got 2 players, soon to be 3 over by Ali. They've just canvassed this map to get as much control of it as possible, and they'll have all the options. But OpTic are going for a bit of a counter to any kind of A execute that might come out here. They've got 3 players holding close within the smoke wall here. So if Astralis want to go for a default A take with the smokes and everything, they're going to be in for a bit of a rough time.
Nice counter Molotov coming out. That right there is Astralis investing into a smoke on a Molotov, and then OpTic throwing 1 Molotov to cancel both those grenades. That's a really good trade. Why wouldn't you do that every day?
We only have 2 smokes left here for Astralis as well. And they got 0 value out of that last one apart from the info, so... This is where I do get a little worried for Astralis. They're starting to run a little bit low here. 35 seconds left as well, so time is becoming a factor.
No, I definitely agree. This is cutting it much too close. 30 seconds. There's a 4-man stack at the A-bomb side. This would require almost a miracle for Astralis to make a breakthrough. Cherby going to be going down. Dupree with a refrag. Naf is in the corner. He steals the bomb from Dupree when he drops him. Sivnik's going to be going down. Naf with a running gun. He steals the AK. He's trying to do more. Device 15 seconds in a 1-on-3. Not looking winnable at all. They just couldn't deal with Nafly in that corner.
And Naf, if I had roses, you know, it'd be like the opera. I'm throwing roses at him. I mean, you just, bravo,
I don't think you're allowed to do that in the tournament, Sam. There might be an admin who wants to talk with you about that.
I mean, come on. He gets both of them, and then doesn't re-peek into Device. Device is like, peek me, so I can turn it into a 1v2 and actually have a chance of winning this round. Instead, Navi's like, nope. As soon as he knows the Device is over there, he backs off.
Yeah, the first kill is obviously sort of kind of trivial, but it's the fact that he get the second one that's really important. Otherwise, could have been difficult. Astralis are going to go for a timeout here. I love watching the ELEAGUE. This guy has backlighting behind his monitors that you know he's a gamer. I absolutely love it.
Hashtag green wall. OpTic, man. That's what's... I love it, man, actually. This is the kind of thing where it's like if I actually spent any amount of time at home, I would maybe actually think about that, right? LED lights behind the desk, you know, really getting everything pretty sick, right? Maybe some LED lights in the PC case as well. Do you have LED lights in your PC case?
I do a bit. I have it on my CPU cooler. You know, that's how I roll. But
if it goes red, you know, you got a bit of a problem.
That's exactly it. You know, no.
Does it actually have like a little alarm?
I know
you overclock your CPU.
I built my own PCs and I know what I'm doing. So they don't. They just don't. Yeah. That's how it works. Well, we're moving into the 20th round here. We've got Device with another AWP, a double up setup on OpTic Gaming. This is 11-8, and I think the time is simply running out for Astralis here. They need some really big wins in these rounds where they just run over OpTic and make it look easy. Because if it just keeps going, you know, tit for tat like this, it's clear that OpTic Gaming are better at closing out the rounds.
They have the confidence. They had an excellent first half, getting 7 rounds. That's phenomenal on T-side train. And now OpTic, they have both AWPs still. They have a decent nade count, a minute left. Different change of pace here from Astralis. There's the shoulder peek, baits out the shot. They have the info now. This is a bit scary. Device, exactly, right over the smoke. He gets the edge and takes down Stanislav. Dupree catches Tarek. And just like that, those 2 kills, that pretty much ends it here in this round. Naf will get a freebie there from Dupree, who's feeling generous, but that pretty much does it. They're not going to go for the retake. 3v4. Instead, just save all of this gear that you have, OpTic, for the next round. Look at that. Still have a number of nades as well as the kits and everything else.
Man, in terms of Counter-Strike technique and just sort of the basic craft of playing Counter-Strike, that little shoulder peek that baits out the shot for Stanislav is so good. And actually, it's something that almost everyone fails at doing. Most people who get into that position just try and sort of jump and just say, I really hope he's going to miss the shot. that little bait there definitely worked out well. So that's quite important. But I would say for OpTic Gaming, they managed to save 3 of the guns, and that's a pretty good job on their part. They realized that was not winnable.
Yeah, he missed the jump first, but even then, even if he makes that jump, I think Stanislaus jumping into his death. Device had the angle already. There was no flash to force him off of it or anything like that. So count on Device to hit a shot like that every day of the week. Stanislaus, there you have him on your screen. It's he's got to kind of change up a little bit here on how he wants to hold that B site if he knows that they're going to be hitting him like that. And we'll see if he actually, yeah, he's going to go for the M4, right? So no, he had the option, but it looks like Mixwell is also guaranteeing his own AWP for future rounds. He has a little bit of a bank left. So 11-9 right now, OpTic in the lead on the CT side here in the second half. And well, it looks like Astralis once again setting up with the nades. They have that Whitehall control.
Yeah, smoke gonna land all the way back towards the back alley. Sipniks just threw in there. Are they gonna execute fast behind it? Look at it. They're not really wasting much time this time. They're going really quick. Still a minute and 25 seconds rush. Holding close, no Molotov at his position yet. Are they waiting for him on the other side? Are they gonna come and pick him up? Dupree with an instant headshot. Clave takes down Tarek after he got the 1 kill on Kjaerbye. So now 4 versus 3, and it should be a quick bomb out here for Glaive.
If a kill can happen within the next 5 seconds here, this is what it's all about. What did you see, Anders?
Mixwell, I think he tried to shoot under the train, and you can do that. I think that's what he just did, and I'm not sure if he was the one who tagged Glaive, but regardless, Mixwell goes down, Naf next in line, and now Stanislaus, 1-on-3, pick up the open run. I think that's a solid choice.
Yeah, they tried to force it. OpTic, they knew if they could have got a kill within the first 5 seconds of that bomb getting planted, they might have had enough time to work with to kill the remaining players there and leave with the win. But Stanislaus, just not enough firepower there. Zipnik survives with 2 HP, no AWP save, and well, the money is now in shambles for OpTic.
Yeah.
We're at 11-10, and it's a situation where it's like a half buy at best for OpTic Gaming.
And you hear the screams coming out of Astralis, then you can hear the war cry on their side. They're definitely fired up. And a lot hinges on these upcoming rounds here, because now Astralis is starting to gain some momentum. It's very little, but it is at least happening. And OpTic need to keep their heads in the game, which I don't see why they couldn't. In the past, I've definitely thought they wouldn't have the depth to sort of stay in these type of games, but they've shown that they have. So no reason why they can't do it again. They've got 2 flashbangs here. So are they going to try and set up a trick? Look at that, 5 people out in this yard.
Oh, Naf with the headshot. If he could have hit 1 more bullet, that would have been big, but Device going to be able to live. He backs off, plays it safe. And it isn't really enough info to go off of, though. All Astralis knows is that, well, there could have been 3 guys A and they were playing aggro, but we don't know that this is a stack. And so they continue to sit and wait, make use of that clock, run down the time, and essentially gives time to Zipniks to work. He's going to feel it out, and it's going to come off of intuition, almost instinct, over there if Astralis decide to rotate over.
Smart position here for Dupree and Kjaerbye, because if they flashed in, Kjaerbye would be flashed, yes, but Dupree wouldn't, so he would be able to peek out and sort of save his teammate. That's the reason why they're doing it.
And if you really want to just get accused of hacking and matchmaking, it's even better with Kjaerbye because he sees the shadow on the ground if somebody approaches from the right like that. So
yeah, you get the pre-fire, you're absolutely right.
That's just as easy as it gets.
This ties up the scoreline to 7. I'm losing my mind. You know, the desk said it was going to be close, and Duncan said, you know, maybe going Astralis' way. Moses said maybe going OpTic's way. We were split about it. I think everyone agreed it was going to be a close game, and that much is proven true at the moment. 11-11 as the scoreline, and we're moving into the 23rd round here.
Let's go. OpTic, it's time to get dialed in now. It's now or never. This is where Astralis, they're look at the money right now. 8,000 on Dupree and Device. Both Devices got ops for days. It's really taking off for Astralis. So if you're going to make something happen, OpTic, it's now in this round. We have to see. Mixwell going to be able to skate on by towards Alley. He might get that angle on Device. Device is playing aggro A main right now. There's the flash to try and create some kind of reaction out of here, trying to bait a shot perhaps. And Mixwell, there it is. Mixwell spotted him, but Device did too.
Flashes out, and Mixwell going to relocate his position. He sees just a bit of the hit of rush there, but not able to get the kill. Jumps back in. What is this game? Mixwell and Device, they're playing a very dangerous game, and I'm not sure who's taking the most risk right now. Seems like Device is the one that's being the proactive one. Stanislaus way back in the B bomb site. So OpTic, they're playing retake on B. They're saying that's fine. Come put the bomb down, and we'll win this round.
And are they going to oblige Astralis? There's 3 players A main, but there's 3 players A main. It looks like PopDog and A main are going to be the points here. Another smoke going down on A main. It's going to make life a little bit more difficult here. Nice little HE, just peppering Kjaerbye and Device. But we're starting to get close to go time here. 45 seconds left on the clock.
They're boosting behind the smoke. Device trying to look over, but he can't really see anyone yet, and you're right. Last time they ran it this close to Astralis, it did not work out for them. It was too much, and they couldn't get the bomb down in time. Now, they're going to try and move up. Rush, he gets the kill on Dupree. They're trying to get the shot through. Tech9 close range, but it's still a favorable trade coming in for OpTic Gaming now. 25 seconds, Nafly getting a second one, and also Tarek being put into play, and that will be 12-11 for OpTic Gaming. A nice defense being put up there. I wonder what would have happened if Rush had died in that exchange right away.
Yeah.
The fact that he stayed alive a bit longer gave Naf the time to come in for the double.
I think Naf died. Like, they get overrun if Rush doesn't hold the line for that second and a half. That's the second and a half that makes such a big difference in the round. It allows for Naf exactly to get in position to sort him out, or to support him, and gets the follow-up on Kirby. It's like just brutal for Astralis when they're running these clocks down. It really does feel like the tension just keeps mounting, and they just try and rush out there and make something happen, right? They look for the headshots. They're not looking for anything deeper than that, and that's costing them. OpTic, if it comes to NA aim duels, they'll take you every day. That's what they want.
Right then and there, Rush going to be dropping Sipnix, who had gone for a very fast run out there. A bit of a refract coming in from Kier, but he gets a headshot on Naf as well. That's huge. Rush coming into it, but he's going to best him this time now. 2 versus 3, swap out for the AK on Device. Glaive sneaking through the smoke, and somehow, and I don't even know why, he got the headshot on Rush, and that leaves it in a 2-on-2 with a bomb. It's all the way back.
But Tarek knows that somebody should be coming alley. That's clear as day. Tarek, you lucky dog. He gets out of there, but that's a mistake. I mean, Tarek had to know somebody else was over there in that position. He's got Stanislaw there to back him as well. Device seems to sense something is wrong over here, but that bomb is rotating over towards B. It looks like Glaive is going to make it out. Device hits a blinding headshot on Stanislaw.
Oh, wow, that's such a small gap now. They're going to go for the fight, and the Device taking a second kill. Nothing but headshots coming out of him this round. He's got 24 overall. He's leading the pack on the whole server, and this is very bad news for OpTic Gaming. They lost 3 in a row. They've won the 1, and now they're losing again. Their money, it's not completely reset, but it is damn close.
That's some miscommunication on Rush's part, I think. Or it's just, Rush should have been the man to communicate over to Tarek that, hey, somebody's over there. You can't really turn your back on it.
We've got to agree. I don't want to make excuses for OpTic Gaming. I think everyone knows that, but you've got to say there's no way that Glaive should have won that fight with Rush. So if Glaive goes down, I think the round is over. So, I mean, it's that happens, and we saw it happen in the first half to Astralis as well, like some of these really unfortunate situations, but honestly, this is shocking. 12-12 the scoreline right now. Ladies, you're getting everything you'd hope for if you tune into this game.
I'm a bit surprised if this is Astralis calling the tactical timeout after they won a clutch round like that. It's like twisting the knife in OpTic, letting them stew.
Yeah, maybe just trying to get to them on a deeper level. And maybe it was Sonic, who was the coach walking in the backline. Legendary play. We just saw the history of Counter-Strike. Sonic, one of the all-time legends of this game, without a doubt.
Well, it's going to be the round of eco here for OpTic. And Astralis, once again, in the driver's seat. They've got the 4 isolates, they've got the full buy, and OpTic, again, trying to go for the early aggression here towards A main.
What is this? I kind of like it. It's almost like they're just on like a school trip or something, just out looking for fun.
A stroll.
Now it looks so silly because none of them get anything out of it. But imagine if there had been a 3-man push into main here, it could have worked out well. I'm not gonna fault OpTic. I like it when the one thing I don't like is when people only have pistols and they just go for a default spread on CTs. I think it's so boring to look at. Now they tried something, it didn't work, but I still think it's a good idea. I still think they should have tried something.
And this is. There's a moment where it's just like, is it getting too deep? Where if you have this sort of situation where you dodge them completely, do you even bother going for kills with Astralis afterwards? It's almost like these are just feel-good kills for Astralis. This is just getting them fired up. They just obliterated you. You have nothing but pistols. You have nothing to give but basically $300 to Astralis and a whole lot of confidence. Whereas you're hoping to just get lucky and save an AK when you should be able to buy in the next round anyways.
Yes, I mean, it's sketchy at best. NAF won't be able to buy the M4, but they have to. I feel like they have to buy it. If they don't, it's just cutting it so close to the edge, and after the tremendous amount of work that they've done OpTic Gaming to try and win this map, it almost feels like sort of highway robbery if they don't pull all the way through here. 12-13, this is anybody's game. The only real difference here right now is that Astralis have a much better economy than OpTic do. And better equipment in this round, I suppose, too.
Yeah, a bit of a shame not to see Mixwell with that AWP. But then he's been a little shaky with the op, it seems, so far over these first 2 days, these first 2 games. And oh, it's going to be the straight rush on the B side. Stanislaw with the 1 kill. At least he trades 1 for 1. Kevin not able to open the way for his team. And Rush is rotated in to take down Glaive. Is it actually happening again here? This is unreal.
The Molotov's so good right now for Astralis, and they still have more grenades left. And you look at it, OpTic, they're wasting so much time, and Naf goes down in the corner. That's a really big problem. Mixwell, he's going to get taken out. Dupree back in with a double kill. And Rush now, 1 versus 3, has to walk away. This is the problem when you lose B bombsite control that quickly, is the Molotov will just wreck you. They couldn't do anything.
When you're playing a single man over there, if you aren't able to rotate in and get a trade kill immediately, I mean, or a man advantage, that's the thing. Stanislaw, he did what he could. He got the 1 kill. That's more than you can ask him when you have everybody rushing him straight up like that. He should be dead instantly.
Well, there is a scenario in which, as they jump through the smoke, Stanislaw actually has the M4 out and not the grenade that he's throwing, and he probably just gets 2 kills right away. So timing just also working out heavily in his favor. 14-12. And it's getting closer. Dupree, that we see right here, 23 kills on him. Device at 26. These two, and this used to be the duel. I mean, Thorin was pointing this out. These have been together for a very long time, the core of this team, and it's always been these two that have been a very deadly rifle duo.
It's just Dupree, man. If Dupree is hitting his shots, Astralis, they win, but right now, it's just powering forward, total obliteration here. They should just overrun him, although Tarek is putting up a fight. He gets 1 headshot onto Zipnix. The rifles come to the fore after that. It's going to be Naf and Rush alive. And Naf does get a headshot on Dupree, catches him looking the wrong way, so it's only a man advantage here for Astralis.
That was all the way down from Ivy as well. Very close angle for Naf to get that kill in, but he succeeded.
This is just an agonizing situation for OpTic. You lose 16-13 yesterday versus VP. And you're on the ropes here. You're back. You know, it's like you have no room to maneuver now. You need overtime because this is what the entire gamble is about versus Astralis. I mean, 2 of the best opponents that you might have going into this tournament, flat out.
At the roll of a dice, yes, they managed to pick the 2 best teams. Well, some of the 2 maybe of the best teams in the world to play against in the group stage of a major tournament, and they've brought the game to them. You can tell that they're at that level too. They're getting really close to doing this, but now I'm getting extremely worried for OpTic Gaming. This could either be overtime or they could end up losing this game, and honestly, they've fought very hard for it. Naf looking for the deal, headshot down to 40 seconds, and yeah, they're going to double peek him now. It's on Rush, he gets 1, goes for the second spray. He's only got 14 bullets left, and now the bomb's going to go down on the other side. Tries for it, almost connects with Kirby, who's got 1 health left, but 8 bullets left for Rush here. He hasn't reloaded yet. That could come back to haunt him. He's now trying to sneak around the edge, and Device will take him down. Of course he will. That's now 28 kills for Device and 15-12. OpTic Gaming. How did they bring this back?
Device looking to join that illustrious 30 bomb club, basically. What's unreal is just how many 30 bombs we've had so far. I mean, with 2 overtime maps, I mean, that gives you some opportunity to get up into the 30s, the 40s even. But it's like, what, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 people have made 30 bombs so far in this group stage. Device, he's got a chance to make it right here if he can. 2 kills for him and he's got it.
Throwing smoke.
OpTic need to win 3 rounds in a row here. Just 3 rounds. Get it into overtime, and that maybe will be the reset. Naf looks like he might want to go aggressive down Ivy. I wish that he would, but he's stuck halfway through, so they don't have really any information. They're playing a very similar setup. It's out on the yard very early on here. Tarek will pick up a kill, and now they're sort of bumping into each other down at Poplock. That's not great. They need to get out and get this fight closer to OpTic Gaming. Glaive and Device going to be in charge of getting a quick double kill in return. Now the rest are rotating in for OpTic Gaming. Mixwell takes 1 nap with a quick shot, trying to readjust, but he runs out of bullets, and now 1 versus 2. The health not with them. Zipnix gets a double kill, and now it's all on Mixwell. 1 versus 1. He has to try and extend this series and get it into overtime versus Zipnix.
And Zipnix, one of the coolest customers you could possibly have in this kind of situation for Astralis. One of the best when it comes to clutching. And, well, 1 bullet on Mixwell. You just have to catch Mixwell looking the wrong way, but the same could be said for Mixwell. He's got a deagle. Zipnix has only got 14 HP. Neither of them have got grenades. This is all down to timing and the read, and Zipnix is slowly closing in on Mixwell.
Oh, if only he's looking the wrong way. Mixwell is trying to creep in. There's the shot, and it's going to be Astralis moving on. 16-12 here as they defeat OpTic Gaming on train. The first thing that works out well here for the Danish lineup at this 2017 E-League Major. I mean,